I've overcome so many areas in my life. This is Santos here. Wonderful evening in Stockton, California. I've overcome so many areas of my life. I've come so far from gambling, from overcoming gambling to overcoming fears, to overcoming insecurities. And today I find myself still searching for some missing pieces of the puzzle in my life. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like you're working on yourself and you're achieving victories, you're doing well, at least you know that you're overcoming. You're staying positive, but you feel like exactly. you feel just like that. What do you do? What do you do in those moments when you feel like, what's the use, man? You try so hard every day. No doors seem to be opening. And you just don't find too much passion in many things anymore. You enjoy being around people. You enjoy being positive. You enjoy talking about motivation. You enjoy talking about self-development. You like giving up of your time and spending a little bit of time down at the old folks' home, enjoying some of the older people. But you don't find too much commonality on social media. What do you do? What do you do during those times? First of all, people fall right back to where they came from. Right back to drugs, right back to alcoholism, right back to gambling, or some other nasty belief system that was ruling in the paradigm area or in the subconscious area. People fall back because you don't see something happening. Maybe you don't see it happening fast enough, or it's easy for your own mind to even trick you into believing that it's never going to happen. Your dream, your vision, what it is that you want, what it is that you're trying to accomplish, it's not going to happen. You gotta stop and think. That's why comparing ourselves to other people is extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. I'm often reflecting on people that have achieved many great things. Like, I think about the person that invented light. I think about Henry Ford. I think about some of these motivational speakers like Anthony Robbins and Les Brown. And there's many other examples. Michael Jordan. For some people, it's just going to take time to achieve. For some people, it's just going to take time to achieve. It's a process of growth. It's a process of education. It's a process of conquering. Sometimes, I remember when I first began to change my life, I began to overcome areas of my life, and I thought, wow, things are just going to begin to happen so quickly now because I have this newfound power. this belief in myself, this confidence, this mindset that I believe that I can just conquer the world. And I find myself failing forward. I find myself reminding myself during those darkest moments that you have to keep going. You can't look back. You have to believe. You have to keep searching. You have to keep trying. It's easy. It's really easy to just give up on yourself. Maybe you feel like you don't really have a whole lot of friends, right? And I'll be honest, I don't have a whole lot of friends. I have a few people that I associate with. But I've lost quite a few friends because of some of the mistakes that I've made. But I don't let that stuff hold me back. I don't really focus on a lot of that. I mean, I know that we live in a negative world. The world is not going to get any better. I know that's a fact. The world, in fact, you don't have to look very far to see the problems, especially here in the United States, the major problems that we have today. It's easy to fall into the trap of looking and reading the news and becoming extremely discouraged. So you have to stay plugged in. You have to continually remind yourself of the victories. You have to continually remind yourself, and you have to remember that great things do take time. It's some things are just not going to happen. You have to keep trying. You have to keep failing forward. You got to be willing, because it's easy, one of the things that I used to do was whenever things got hard, or whenever I got depressed, whenever I was angry, what was one of the first things that I would do? One of the first things that I would do would be I'd run to the casino, or I would turn to pot. I used to smoke a lot of weed. That was one of my escapes as a child, growing up in the projects, coming from a very, very violent childhood, a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse. I mentioned that frequently in some of my other videos. You gotta really be strong today. You gotta remind yourself. You gotta talk to yourself, especially because nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody knows what I'm going through. The only person that knows what I'm going through internally is my Creator Himself. So I appreciate prayer, and I appreciate reading the Bible, the Scriptures, and I appreciate the gifts that He has allowed me to absorb from others. Positive self-talk, visualization, journaling, making videos, encouraging others. I find that encouraging others, giving of myself to others to help others, helps me in return. So, yeah, it's not going to be an easy journey. For some people, it's just not going to be an easy journey. And we have to accept that. We got to continue to be strong. We got to continue to rule. We got to continue to smile, is my encouragement to you, is my encouragement to myself. Stay motivated, stay plugged in, and continue to fail forward. Continue to hope in hope. Continue to believe. Continue to remind yourself that that puzzle that you're building, that piece, you've come so far already. There's no time for turning back. You've come so far. You cannot throw the towel in. You gotta believe. The peace will come to you, or you will find it, or that door will open up for you somehow, some way. This is Santos. Subscribe, comment, like, share. Remember to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over the top day. Daily, in spite of and because of. Be at peace with yourself and with those around you. Peace.